Hey yo guys, what's good, what's happening, what's going on? Freaking Monday. I got like 3 more working days before I get my vacation time. But tonight I decided to try to fix Coach's computer. So I showed you guys before this Optiplex. I was gonna film the repair, but I was like, no, let's not bother. Let's just get it done. And it didn't work anyway. So there was like an Optiplex 5000 or something at work, which uses the exact same power supply. And I was like, well, I asked the guy at work, I'm like, what's going on with this computer? And he's like, well, it's with an old vendor and we don't deal with them anymore and it was kind of left behind, so whatever, if you want it, take it. I'm like, I just need the power supply. He's like, all right, strip it. So I took the power supply out, brought it home. Because it's only a 295 watt power supply and you need at least 500 watts for an RTX 3060, which is what I think that video card is. I pulled the video card out, disconnected it completely, and installed the power supply in there. Went to turn it on and not a thing. Now, these Optiplexes make my Acer Loser Nitro Suck Face completely stock. The proprietariness of this thing here is insane. You have an 8-pin going to the motherboard and then another 6-pin on the side that powers supplementary power to the motherboard. That 6-pin is actually 5 pins. One of the pins is completely filled in because what initially I was going to do was harvest one of my power supplies out of a broken computer that still had a good power supply and shove it in there using this cable, a 24-pin to an 8-pin. However, when I extracted the 6-pin from the motherboard, I realized it was a 5-pin and that wouldn't work. So when I put the new power supply in from the work computer, the 295 watt, run it straight off of the board, internal GPU on the CPU. It's got some Intel GMA 620 bullshit on there. It won't turn on. It will not turn on. So I'm thinking maybe when the power supply blew, it surged the board and cooked something on the board. I don't know. I'm not putting much effort into it. It's dead, Jim. It is what it is. Originally, I was just gonna bring the blown power supply back, stick it in the computer in case the vendor wanted it. It's an old Optiplex from back when we had a contract with Dell before we switched to Lenovo. Actually, we went from Dell to HP and then to Lenovo. This thing is cooked. I'm not putting any effort into it. Not a big deal. I found out, I thought it was Coach's son's gaming computer, but it turns out his son, when that thing blew up, his son got another gaming computer and he's been using that ever since, so he doesn't care about that one. That computer there was originally going to go to the studio where we train so that we can do stuff like webinars and so forth. Like sometimes Datu Hartman down in New York will put out webinars, and you know, like on a Saturday he'll be like, we're going to do some Saturday training, everybody tune in. You know, like Sudbury School of Martial Arts, they will tune in and do it. We haven't had the opportunity yet, but that computer would have given us that opportunity, so we could have just went over there on Saturday and did some extra training if we wanted to, but that's out of the question. So yeah, that is not gonna happen anytime frickin' soon. So that computer is toast. And I even, like I said, I gutted the power supply out of the gaming PC. As you can see, power supply's gone. 650 watts, wouldn't work. I had to take the video card out, the old EVGA GeForce GTX 1070. Bought that in like 2016 or some shit. That was to replace the 960 that I had in there. Get a little bit more of FPS in video games. So yeah, that computer, I'm just gonna bring it back to him and tell him, listen, it's dead. Like, harvest the drives out of it, take the RAM if you can use it in the other one if you want to upgrade the RAM, but it's dead. After looking up the model number, it's an i5 4th generation. Definitely will not run Windows 11. Another side note is I might have to buy a new washing machine sooner than later. I thought my wash was done because it wasn't making noise. I came down here and opened the door and the bottom was still full of water. Good thing these things don't fill up to the brim with water, but they do lock out when they go into full spin motion. Like right now the door is locked on it, probably because if it did open, it would make a mess. Well, side note, today was a good day. Went to work. Morning I left, it was like 0 degrees out. Get home, it's 26 degrees out. Welcome to Canada, boys. Another thing is, I think the fogger worked because the only wasp I have is this guy here who's trapped between the 2 windows. That's all I have. There's no wasps on this window. I think this did the trick because if I look around on the floor, there's a bunch of dead wasps over here, which makes me wonder if they're underneath this insulation or if they were anyway, because all these holes through there, that it's like, where'd that come from? I'm pretty sure that's from them chewing through the insulation and busting through. I wouldn't be surprised if they had nests underneath on the wood and I just can't see it. Because normally those dirt daubers, they put these like, they look like little mud piles, if you will, and that's their nests. And I can't see any anywhere around here that would look like it. Like there's a great big freaking hole right there, right through the freaking insulation. Yeah, I'm thinking they're in the roof. And by me fogging it out, I literally killed off every single living creature that could have been in here. So I might have another mouse on a reel. Who knows? Who knows? That was pretty gross yesterday. Sorry if you guys were eating food and you saw that. Oh shit, there's a dirt dauber right there. Okay, there is one left in here. I don't know where he came from. Thought they were coming from here, but I guess not. Do I have something to knock him down with? He's going after the light bulb. Spraying bug repellent. Oh, there he is over there. There, that should kill him. I'd love to know where they're coming from. It would be really good to know where they're coming from. That wasn't the guy behind the window. No, he's still behind the window. Because if I go outside the window... Hello, kitty cat. Hey, buddy. No, it's okay. Come here. Come here. Come here. It looks like Felix. Oh my goodness. Where did he come from? He's got a collar on, so he belongs to somebody. Hi. Hello. Look at him. He's so cute. I knew I'd see this guy again. Hello, come here. Come here. Oh, you meowed. You're a good kitty? Come here. Come here. I don't know who he belongs to. He just showed up last year. I remember I got him on camera and I posted a short about him. And he's back. So I wonder if that orange one, that tabby, is going to be around. I don't know, but this guy here, he seems pretty cool. He's pretty chill. I'll let you do your thing. You go about your business. That's cool. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if we come out here. So they must be getting, unless they're getting in through here. Like this window's frigged. Like I need a new window for this garage. That's a given. But whatever, right? I turn on the light in here and all of a sudden the dirt daubers come out of the friggin' woodworks. I came out here to see if I had any grubs in here. I got some jig heads, but I hate that brand. Got these grubs. I don't know if these will be any good. I'll grab them. Basically, for going down to Blokes and going fishing, I can't use things like this because we can't target bass. We have to throw lures intended for Walters. And if a bass eats it, then so be it. That's a topwater popper. I'm sure that will not catch a... I don't know, does topwater work on walleye? That's just an empty bag. I know I put all my other baits in the freaking Gulp Alive usually works for walleye. I've caught many walleye on Gulp Alive. That's too long. These things on a split shot usually work. On a drop shot, sorry. Maybe I'll grab these STHs as well. Literally, I'm packing my shit. You know what else I want? Is this spoon. I should hit up Walmart. Should hit up Dollarama and see if they got their spoons. Grab some drop shot weights, tuck those in there too. Creature baits. If I load a creature bait on, I'm literally calling for bass. These might work for swim baits. All right, I'll grab these and put them in the fanny pack too. I don't have any other spoons in here, do I? I thought I had another one of these style, but in Fire Tiger. I do have this spoon here, but it's kind of big. But it might work for what I want. It might work. I can always load a split ring, treble hook, send it. That sounds like a plan. Well, at least I got to see Felix the cat. Well, he's not Felix. I don't even know if the cat's a male or a female. I couldn't tell. But I got to see him again, so I know he's still alive. I was wondering where that black cat went, because last year I got to pet him real quick. Like I got to pet his head a little bit, and then he skeeted off. So another problem I have is, like, I drove the Trans Am to work today because I'm not working at my office, at my normal office. I'm working in another office because I'm doing a different role right now. One that I hope becomes permanent in the future, but for now it's just temporary, but it's fine. I get to try the job out, and if I like it, hopefully I get it when it comes up for grabs, because the guy who's currently in that position is retiring in a year. So get in as much time as possible, really figure out the job. So when it comes time to apply for it, I'll know what to say and what to do. But I drove the Trans Am to work, and good realization came into play. I have no freaking way to mount this camera in that car. Just looking for my split ring pliers, and then I remembered I put them on my fishing fanny pack. These are also my line cutting pliers, my removing the hook from the fish's mouth pliers, and also weight crushing pliers. But yeah, I did some research and realized pretty damn quick that I don't have a way to mount this I don't have a 1/4-inch jack like I do in the truck to screw this camera onto. I need to get one because right now as it stands, I can't film in the truck. Where did I put that other frickin' lure? I got these two here. Where the frick did I put it? Did I not grab it? Did I screw up? I think I screwed up. Oh no, it's right here. I don't know if that's too big to that's like a pike size maybe, I don't know. Somebody said like a red devil lure will entice a big walleye bite. So we'll give it a try. I got some split rings right here. We'll put them on. We'll see how well this goes. Seeing how bass are out of season down there. They're in season up here, but this weekend they're calling for rain up here and they're calling for sun down there. So I'd rather be somewhere where I can fish in comfort. And by comfort, I mean sweating my balls off, because let me tell you a little something. London, when it's hot, it's sweaty. I should let Crazy Logie know that I'm going down. Maybe he'll take Bloke and I out on the boat, because I saw a picture on Facebook that he got his boat in the water. Be like, hey Logie, I'm coming down. Boat Logie? He'll be like, you're only using me for my boat. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, boat? All right, what size of a hook should I put on this thing? Go big or go home? Go big or go home. Let's put a ginormous sea-sucking hook on there. Nah, you're better off to go smaller. I'm gonna use one of these red ones. One of these guys right here, that's probably the perfect size. Little trailer hook. See, I'm doing it backwards. Normally you put the hook, oh no, I'm doing it right. No, I'm not. You're supposed to put the hook on the fat end, but I'm gonna try it on the skinny end and see if the action's whack. If it is, luckily, these things are attached to my belt, so I can just grab them and take the split ring off and just relocate the hook to the other side, because both sides will have a split ring. So we have a red hook on a red spoon. I don't think the side that the hook is on really matters, to be honest. But then again, what do I know? I'm pretty amateur hour when it comes to fishing. I'm not a pro. Some of you guys out there are probably pros. You've been fishing your whole life. You can probably even communicate with the fish. You're probably secretly Aquaman in disguise. I don't know. There, we got a hook catch on there, so I can put it in my fanny pack without hooking on to every freaking thing that I see. But no, I got some baits in there that are pretty much everything is walleye configured, but bass approved. Because let's face it, if you dangle anything in front of a bass, regardless of what season it is, it's gonna eat. So yeah, something I'm gonna have to work on is installing a tripod mount in the Trans Am, because I do want to drive it more often. Means I should probably look into buying new tires, because holy, those are weather checked as shit. I also want to do a new paint job, because the last time that thing's seen a coat of paint was in 2018, I want to say, maybe 2019. Oh man, okay, I might have to go with a bigger split hook for the actual tie off, because that is not going around there. That's fine. I wonder if I should just pre-swivel this, because I do have some swivel bearings, some brass ones, and that way there, when it's spinning in the water, it doesn't make the line twist up. The amount of people, myself included, who have thrown spoons and not put a swivel on it, it just wrecks your line if you throw it on mono. Even on braid. Okay, why are you not splitting? All right, let's get this thing on here. I need it to split a little wider. Holy, I can't friggin' do this. What the hell? I need some wider splitting split rings. Let's see if I can do it by hand with my pry tool here. Maybe I'll grip it, open it, stick the pry tool in, open it even wider. I wonder if I can just slip it over and then guide it in. No, I'm gonna need to pry it. I'm doing all this work to this lure and it's either A, gonna be awesome, or B, suck. The reason why I wanted to put a new hook on this one here is because this is a Dollarama spoon. Even though the spoons are great, let me tell you, Dollarama's hooks, I swear they're made out of tinfoil. They bend so easily. There we go. Yeah, I should message Logie and let him know I'm coming down this weekend, because by the time these series of videos come out, I'm already back. So he won't even know. For crying out loud, it wasn't even hooked. This is pissing me off. Mr. Miyagi, this is pissing me off. Holy crap, it's like 20 minutes of watching a guy with blurry vision try to freaking put a split ring on a hook, or a split ring on a spoon. Why won't you get on there, you dirty bitch? Urgh. Then watch first cast, I'll lose this. It'll get snagged on a rock and I'll break off and it'll be gone. I literally spent 20 minutes setting this up just to have it snap. All right, we're finally on. There we go. So now we got a good hook on a Dollarama spoon. And I think what I'm gonna do is actually put a swivel on that. These Eagle Claw barrel swivels. I bought them for bait making because the Whopper plopper that I print, this is the center hook holder. You slide this in, then you run your through line through, glue it in place, and that makes your center hook stay. Maybe I'll put one on each one of these spoons just to be safe. But yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, you know, when should I be going down to Blokes? And I was thinking like Thursday, as soon as I'm off work, I'll go down, I'll be there for Friday morning. Then I'm like, wait, no, I can't do that. Bloke still has job to do. Just because I'm on vacation doesn't mean he's on vacation. So I messaged him and asked him, I said, are you working Friday? And he said, he goes, I got a couple jobs to do, but nothing big. And I'm like, well, thinking to myself, I'm like, we can't really go fishing until Saturday because, yeah, that should be good. And I can just tie that off on my line and we got ourselves a spoon ready to rock. But yeah, we can't really go fishing until Saturday morning because nothing is legal. Like, you can go fishing for panfish. They're open all year round. But who the frig wants to go catch sunfish? Well, I kind of do because I miss fishing. But literally, I also kind of don't because panfish are kind of boring. Like, it's fun at first, you know, you're catching these little dinks and, you know, you go fishing, you friggin' throw them in the lake. But after a while, it just becomes boring. You kind of want something with substance, something that's going to fight back, not some little skipper. Literally, I call them skippers because if you're real fast enough, you can skip them across the top of the waterways. So yeah, I found this one here. I had it in a package in this room. It's red and silver with like lines on it. I've caught in bass with these before. I've caught in walleye with them before, and pike. And only one of those three are open down there this weekend. And that'd be the Walters. So, oh, and this one actually has a swivel on it already. So my Strat was smart. This one already has the swivel on the end. So maybe I'll install one on this Dollarama one. I did take out a spare swivel. We'll just preload it. And that way there it's set. And I already got a hook keeper on the Dollarama one. And I'll put a 3D printed hook keeper on this one as well. I should take that hook off the Dollarama one and replace it with a better hook. Because the amount of fish I've lost with those Dollaramas because you can't get that hook up. Like, those hooks are shit. Ah, screw it. We'll leave the Dollarama hook on. Why not? Why not? But we're definitely putting a swivel on the end of this. I thought I had a Fire Tiger one, unless I lost it in the waterways last year, which I probably did because, you know, where I used to fish, where I can't fish no more, my spot, that got taken away because of private investors. I think I talked about that on a previous video that I called City Hall, talked to them about it and said, hey, what's going on with this area? And they said, well, the land was owned by Vic Fideli, who is, he's an MP for the provincial government. I think he's the finance minister. I could be wrong, but there we go. There we go. We got 3 spoons set up. Anyway, he's the finance minister for the government of Ontario. He's also our local MP here in North Bay. And he bought it way back in the day when the marina went belly up. And he just sat on it. He didn't do shit with it. He didn't care if people went there fishing. He didn't care if people went there to go on the beach and relax. He just didn't care. He goes, as long as there was no problems. Like, if somebody would have got hurt out there, it would have been on him. Then he would have been a little more aggressive with it, but he didn't really care. Then some private investor came along and offered him a bunch of money for it, probably. I don't know. I don't know how much it was worth, but private investor came along, offered him money. He sold it. I asked City Hall, I'm like, so who's the private investor? And they said, we can't give you that. We're not at liberty to give you that information. See, they could tell me about Vic Fideli owning it because he's a public figure. He's a public servant. So they're allowed to divulge that information. But when a private investor buys it, then that's it. Is that black cat out there? I don't know where he went. I'd like to know where he lives because I find him in my backyard all the time. It's not Mr. Meowface up here, right? It's not you. You got nothing to say now? Oh, she takes a shot. Okay, I'll get it out of your face. Jesus Murphy. Oh, yeah, I put the camera in her face and she takes a shot at it. But no, they can't divulge personal, like when it's private sector. Because I honestly was going to reach out to the company and be like, listen guys, I'm like 46 years old. I've been fishing here for the past 4 years. I don't care about your construction. I just want to get out there on those rocks and sail out some bait. You guys cool with me doing that? And they'd either say yay or nay. Now they'd probably say nay for the key reason of, if people see me out there fishing, they're going to think they can just go out there fishing. You know, monkey see, monkey do. Well, that's how it is. You see somebody swing from a tree and jump into the water, you think, oh, that's pretty safe. They're doing it. I can do it. And then you do it and you get hurt. Monkey see, monkey do. They see me out there fishing. They all of a sudden think they can go on the beach. They can go out there and fish, and I got permission, they didn't, my permission's gone. So yeah, I could already see that they would say no, you're not allowed to go out there. So, but that's all right. That's fine. I'll find another spot. Not a big deal. There's plenty of spots down on Nipissing to go fish if I want to fish on that lake. There's also Trout Lake. I have the kayak. I might launch my boat this year. I don't know. We'll see what we get up to this summer. I do also want to do some camping. I just don't know where to go for camping. I think Rex knows some spots. I might heckle him. He's got his car set up for camping too, I think. He's got a canopy thing he attaches to the side of it. He's driving a Hyundai Hyundai Accent. And he has this he has a roof rack on it, but he has a canopy that attaches to the roof rack. So I guess for car camp, I don't know. I don't know if he has a mattress in the back of it or something. I didn't really look into it too far, but I do know he has the canopy because he showed me. He had it on his car the one year. And I'm like, what the frick is that thing? And he's like, oh, check it out. And he pulled it out and showed me. And I was like, holy crap, that's pretty sweet. Like, honestly, if I get into this truck camping thing, I might want to get one of those for the truck, especially if it's pissing rain out. Not if it's windy, obviously. It'll just whip it clean off and send it into the atmosphere. But if it's nice out, those canopies will come up clutch. So, but yeah, things I got to do on my time off. Obviously, I got martial arts on Tuesday and Thursday. Might not go on Tuesday, depending on when I come back from Blokes. Tomorrow I got martial arts. We don't have martial arts on Thursday this week because coach and crew are heading down to Seneca, New York for the Modern Arnis headquarters camp. I can't go because I don't have a passport, so something I need to work on. One of these days I'll take time off, and I got to get the form filled out and get all the signing done. Luckily for me, it's a lot easier than doing it fresh from start because I have until 2031 before my expired passport can no longer be used to renew, because my passport expired in 2016. I think it was 2016 when it expired. Yeah, 2016. And you have 15 years after it expired to renew it. So theoretically it's been 9 years now, where you can go in and it's easier to get your passport done. Now I was like, do I gotta mail this and stuff? Apparently no. I can actually go to Sudbury's Government of Canada office, bring in my new passport picture, which is gonna have a mohawk, and the forms and the old passport, my ID, my birth cert. They do everything there, and then they electronically send it, and literally in 2 weeks your passport's in your mailbox. Well, not in your mailbox. You'll get a slip to go pick up your passport at the Canada Post Office unless you're home to receive your passport. They don't leave documents like that just laying in your mailbox for anybody to take, because if somebody took that, that would be major bad. Do you imagine my picture has a mohawk and somebody shaves their head into a mohawk just so they could pass as me so they could travel? Wouldn't that be awesome? Did you see your friend outside? Is that why you keep looking outside? Did you see your friend out there? What's his name? I don't speak cat. Can you try some English? No? Can you maybe try some English? Hey buddy? Is your friend outside? Do you like that black cat? Is he your buddy? Probably your buddy, right? But yeah, I was thinking like, oh, we'll go to Sudbury on like Wednesday of next week and get the passport done, but I still gotta get the form filled out. I gotta get 3 people to vouch for me that I'm not a dickhead, and then I can get a passport. And then once I get the passport next year, I could do this trip to New York. But I'd rather go when I need to grade for my black belt, because that's why Derek's going this year, is because he's due for his black belt. So he's going down to grade for that. And I don't need that grading because I'm a green belt and I still have 2 more belts to go before I'm brown. I still have to get my purple belt and then my brown belt, and then I gotta learn all the brown belt shit before I can go to black belt. Plenty of time, and I'm okay with that, because honestly, I don't really care about belts. I honestly don't care. Like, you could be a black belt in karate, get into a fight and get wasted. If you don't know how to use the skills you learn in an actual situation, what is rank? What is rank? You know, you got some people out there that are like, 5 Dan Shotokan Karate. and they just get in the ring and get wasted because they've never stress tested it. They learned all the katas, they know how to throw the punches, but they've never stress tested it. We stress test our martial art. We fight. That's why I constantly call it Fight Club. You know, we will get into scraps. We will get into knife fights. We will get it. Well, they're trainer knives, mind you, but we'll get into knife fights. We'll get into stick fights. We'll get into unarmed combat, complete MMA rules, striking and submissions. We will do it all. We stress test it because you have to. You need to find, I'm different than say like one of the guys in my class. Why? Because I'm a heavyweight. I'm like 240 pounds, okay? He is 150 pounds. He's more flexible than me. He can maneuver a lot more than me. He can wiggle around. He can run. I don't like running because I'm old and I'm fat. So I don't bother running. But me, I have power behind my hits. So I use from the course things that'll benefit my body style. And you gotta stress test everything you learn to see what you like and what works. What works for me won't work for you, won't work for that guy or the guy over there behind the counter. There's no counter, just pretend. So yeah, a lot of these martial arts don't stress test. Like when I was doing the kickboxing at a place here in town, we never once, I was there for 6 months, we never once stress tested it. It was like you go into class, you do jab, cross, burpee, jab, cross, burpee, squat, jab, cross, hook, squat, jab, cross, hook. It was all just conditioning, but you never got to use it in a real world setting to see if it actually worked. And that's what you need in martial arts. If you're learning self-defense, you need to stress test it so you can defend yourself if the situation arises, right? And that's one of the biggest complaints I've had about every freaking martial arts class in this town. And I can tell you right now, my first day of taking, it was a free class too, which was pretty dope. My first day of taking Modern Arnis, we were doing locks and stuff, and then we stress tested it. And I'm like, bro, I'm not, he's like, just do your best. Just come in and do your best. We'll see where you're weak. And I'm like, I'm gonna be weak everywhere. I'm literally like 15 minutes in, bud. and we scrapped. And it was great. I can't be down here with that thing screaming like a banshee. Are you kidding me right now? Let me turn off my light. Let me shut off the light so I don't waste the hydro. All right, anyway, so now that we're away from the screaming banshee washing machine, frig sakes, I gotta put that shit in the dryer. We got our baits set up, I already packed them away in the fanny pack. I'm bringing all my baits with me. So like worst case Ontario, I have all my baits available that I can just go with. But, oh, it's finally starting to cool off. Holy crap. I got home, guys. I kicked on the intake fan and the exhaust fan, and it was just circulating hot air. I'm like, oh, I can't sleep like this tonight. I was considering getting a little air conditioner, but I need to do some mathematics because I know this computer's not pulling 650 watts all the time, and I know that one there is not pulling 800 watts all the time, the gaming machine and the editing machine. I just need to make sure that if it kicks on, it doesn't blow the breaker, or worse, blow up my house, which is why I would love to have another breaker wired up here. I wish I could have 30 amps up here, but I don't know if the wires can handle it because old house, right? Anyway, guys, I'm gonna shut her down here. So things I need to do is I need to set up a camera mount for the Trans Am for this thing. I might figure that out for tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. I really don't want to stick anything to the dash pad because the dash pad on that car is immaculate, and that's a rare find. To find an immaculate dash pad on an old 3rd gen Firebird, you look at them all nowadays and they're all dilapidated and cracked and broken. And mine still looks brand spanking new, even with 188,000 kilometers on the engine. Yeah, so that's a mission. Figure out how the hell to mount you guys in the car so that I can do rolling vlogs in the Firebird, because I kind of like doing that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. Until next time, guys, live it to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.